Alright, we're Facebook Live here from 60X Custom Strings. Today we're going to touch on the subject of peep rotation, what causes it. There's several different reasons why people rotate. I'm going to touch on a few of them. That's what everybody voted for. In this video you can comment on it and put any issues that you would like to talk about next week. We'll have another poll coming up on Monday on Facebook that you can vote on. So this string right here is not tied in. The peep sight's tied around it, but it is not. If you get close enough, you can see it's not tied top or bottom, it's just tied around it. So whenever you get a string and you first shoot it in, you're tuning the bow, you get a brand new string, and everything's fine. Then when you put your peep sight in it and you tie it in, you end up, as you draw the bow back, the peep actually turns. So it'll start out, say you have it set straight, and when you start drawing, it slowly rotates one way or the other. So that is peep rotation. Some misconceptions about peep rotation is whenever your peep sight and loop are both hanging off to a side after you've shot your bow for a while, after the initial setup, and everything's just hanging off to one side. That's just the strings and the serving and everything settling into the cam tracks, the strands being pulled tighter together, from the stress of the bow itself. So that's not uncommon. At that point, if your peep and your loop are both off to one side, or just the peep's off to one side and when you draw it back it still stays to that side, that is not rotation. You just need to simply put a twist or take a twist out of your string and make sure that it's straight at idle and straight at full draw. As far as rotation goes, if you tie a peep sight, and she'll get a little closer here, if you tie a peep sight too close and you pinch this gap here, that could cause peep rotation. What it does is it pinches the string and will sometimes cause that. So what I like to do is, like this peep sight here, is just tied around it. So that's safe to shoot. Your peep's not going to fly out of your bow, anything like that. So that's safe to shoot. I do this during the tuning process. Once I get it tuned, I put the peep sight in. That's the first thing I do, is I'll tie around it. Make sure that I'm not getting any rotation out of the string. And then once I do get it where I want, I'll serve it in, and if that causes rotation, then I know, hey, I have it served too tight or too close. And there's several different ways you can tie in a peep sight. Some are better than others for rotation. String and you nick the center serving on it. The string had no rotation before. This is another issue I get phone calls about. They reserve the center serving on their string. What it is if you serve your center serving too tight and you don't have enough tension on the string itself, it'll cause a different twist rate to show itself. So what it'll do is it'll twist part of the string and not another part of the string, and as you draw it, it'll cause rotation. So if you've done that and after your center serving is put on, then you end up with rotation, you know that your center serving was just put on too tight, or you don't have enough tension on it for as tight as you served it. So the more tension you could put a string under whenever you're serving it, the tighter you can make your serving without getting rotation. Other things I've seen is people putting in string silencers that actually split the string. I've seen those sometimes cause peep rotation where you don't have it before. Once you put them in, then you do have rotation. If that's the case, I don't know exactly why that happens. It's just the way it pulls tight as you draw the bow. You just take them out and put a silencer on that does not split the string. It's not a big deal. Just go with a different style. You'll get rid of the rotation. Those are just a few things that come up here on a day-to-day basis that people ask me about, and I just wanted to share it with you. So, till next week, have a good time.